Welcome to the Explainer, folks. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're stepping right onto the lanes to witness the dawn of a massive sports milestone. We are talking about the literal birth of the championship era. Today, we're going back to a monumental event that completely revolutionized a beloved tradition, the inaugural Stein Practice Cup Championship. Grab your bowling shoes because I'm telling you, the energy in the building for this one was absolutely electric. Okay, let's dive right into this. For years, the Practice Cup was kind of your steady, casual weekly meetup, right? Was it fun? Oh, for sure. But a definitive climax? Yeah, that was definitely missing. Well, the end of this first 6-month season changed the whole shebang. The stakes were finally raised. The Practice Cup rolled out its very first official championship, transforming what was basically just a friendly gathering into an absolute crucible of high-pressure competition. The casual era? Done. The championship era had officially begun. Section 1. A historic first championship. So how do you crown a true champion? Well, the tournament introduced this intensely high-pressure playoff structure, the stepladder format. It's like a gauntlet. First, the entire field battles it out in a 3-game qualifying round. The cream naturally rises to the top. From there, we launch into a sudden-death semifinal match for the lower seeds. And the survivor of that, they go straight into a breathtaking winner-take-all championship game against the top qualifier. It's an ultimate test, really. It demands endurance over 3 games, plus pure ice-in-the-veins clutch performance when it's single elimination. Part 2. The qualifying crucible. Let's see where the initial battle lines were drawn. Now, what's really interesting here is the absolute statistical dominance of our #1 seed, Joe Berger. I mean, against a full field of 10 competitors, the guy put on an absolute clinic. He led the pack with a jaw-dropping 683 series. He didn't just scrape by. He dominated with individual game scores of 201, 236, and a massive 246. Just incredible. Naturally, that performance earned him the top seed and a highly coveted direct automatic berth right into the championship game. Right behind him, we had Dennis locking down the 2nd seed with a super solid 635 series. But, if you look a bit further down the field, that's where the real drama was brewing at the cut line. Because in any qualifying round, somebody's got to be the last one in, and somebody has to be the agonizing first one out. Herbert managed to snatch that final playoff berth with a 610 series. But get this, he edged out Paul D., who bowled a 605, by just 5 single pins. 5. Imagine the absolute heartbreak of missing the cut by literally a single spare over 3 whole games. It's a razor-thin, gut-wrenching margin for Paul D., but a huge triumph for Herbert. And honestly, it proved right off the bat that in this new championship format, absolutely every single roll, every single spare, and every single pin matters. Chapter 3. The Stepladder Semi-Final. Here we go. The inaugural playoff kicks off with #3 seed Herbert facing off against #2 seed Dennis, fighting for the right to challenge the waiting giant Joe Berger. And let me tell you, under the immense, unprecedented pressure of this first-ever single elimination match, Dennis delivered a tremendous game. I mean, he just exploded with a massive score of 247 against Herbert's 198. When the lights were at their absolute brightest, Dennis somehow found another gear entirely. And this brilliantly illustrates just how wild that performance was. A stunning 49-pin blowout. Remember, we just talked about a game where 5 pins decided the playoffs. So a 49-pin margin, that is a monumental statement of intent. Dennis wasn't just advancing, he was riding a tidal wave of momentum straight into the final. Which brings us to part 4, the ultimate showdown. This finale is exactly what the entire season had been building toward, and it perfectly frames a classic dramatic clash of advantages. On one hand, you've got Joe Berger, top qualifier, highest series of the tournament, and his reward, sitting out, resting, and watching the lanes until the final game. On the other hand, you have Dennis. He definitely doesn't have the rest, but man is he battle-tested. He just bowled a scorching 247 in a do-or-die elimination game. He is red hot. It's the age-old debate. Whether in sports, business, or just life. Is it better to be completely rested, or is it better to have that undeniable momentum? Well, the answer in an absolutely shocking upset was momentum. The championship crown went to Dennis. Once again, Dennis rose to the absolute peak of the occasion, rolling a brilliant 225. Joe Berger, despite his total dominance in the qualifying round, actually faltered in the winner-take-all scenario, posting a 172. So this epic David versus Goliath matchup ends with the red-hot challenger taking down the rusted king to capture the very first Dick Stein Practice Cup championship. No way anyone saw that exact outcome coming. So the crucial point is this stunning margin of victory: 53 pins. Dennis defeated the tournament's top qualifier by 53 pins. Even though Joe Berger was the highest qualifier with that untouchable 683 series overall, Dennis definitively proved that championships are won when the pressure is at its absolute highest. Winning by a 53-pin margin in the ultimate game, that shows Dennis didn't just survive the pressure, he completely thrived in it. Chapter 5, a new tradition begins. Now, let's open up the official record book for a second, because these players are now literally immortalized in Practice Cup history. Dennis is forever the first Dick Stein Practice Cup champion. He's the first stepladder semifinal winner, the first championship game winner, and the very first to win 2 consecutive elimination games, completing the perfect inaugural stepladder run. And of course, we've got to recognize Joe Berger, who's forever etched as the first top qualifier with that massive highest qualifying series of 683. Together, they basically set the gold standard for every championship that follows. You know, tournament historians really hit the nail on the head with this one. They said the stepladder rewarded season-long excellence while preserving the drama of a winner-take-all championship game. And that's exactly what happened. This first championship proved that the new postseason format was an immediate, resounding success. It was the perfect balance, right? It rewarded Joe Berger's excellence by giving him that top seed and a free pass to the finals, so his amazing bowling wasn't just ignored. But it still preserved that heart-stopping drama of a winner-take-all game, which allowed a red-hot player like Dennis to fight his way up and take the crown. So this whole chapter really represents the birth of the championship era. We now have this continuous historical record that's going to document every postseason, every single champion, and every unforgettable rivalry. Dennis has absolutely set the ultimate standard, proving what it takes to survive the crucible. But as we look ahead, the most exciting question is this: who is going to rise up and challenge for the cup next season? Well, that's it for today's explainer of a truly historic sporting milestone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you next time.